Every mother dreams to have a healthy baby. Just as a healthy seed bears healthy fruit, if the parent's sperm and ovum are pure, then the child is more likely to inherit a strong body constitution and immunity. Whereas if the parents conceive when mentally or physically weak, this may impact negatively on the child's condition. That is why Ayurveda clearly explains about detoxification and purification by means of Panchakarma and introducing Rasayana and Vajikarana and certain herbs which is used in each month of pregnancy. Why? Because during pregnancy, fetus get nourishment from the mother through placenta. Requirement of nutrition varies according to the development of the fetus. That is why the dietetic requirements of the mother changes month-wise. Ayurvedic test also says that a pregnant woman is to be treated as delicately as if one is carrying a pot full of oil without spilling a drop. Pregnant women should eat well cooked, liquid, fresh food containing all the six tastes, that is sweet, sour, salt, bitter, pungent and astringent in right proportion. Prasudi Tantra recognized the different phases of fetal development thousands of years before the modern imaging techniques existed. First month of pregnancy. In the initial stages, we know placenta is not properly formed, so baby is stabilized and fed through direct nourishment from mother's ahara rasa. That is mother's own nourishment, baby is nourishing. That is why diet and regimen of mother is given such an importance in Ayurveda. As soon as a pregnancy is suspected, one should take non-medicated milk, that is milk separately in desired quantity but according to digestive power. Good food should be taken in morning and evening. Embryo is in the form of kalala. It's look like a big bubble. Budbuda, morula or blastocyst we say. By the end of this month, it becomes a mass of flesh and there will be increased spitting in mother and she feels as if tired or heaviness will be more. That is why Acharyas clearly mention sweet, cold, fluid diet is indicated in the first month. Due to the bleeding arresting property of Palasha, Butea monosperma, it is used in first month. Along with that, Shodhahara, Tridosha Shamana and Balya properties of Shaliparni, Desmodium gangeticum, it is also used in first month. So we can use with the ghee medicated with the Shaliparni, Palasha is used. Yashti Madhu, Glycyrrhiza glabra. It is advocated in pregnancy from first month itself due to its prostaglandin synthase inhibitory activity. It is beneficial in minor pregnancy ailments such as nausea, vomiting, tastelessness, heartburn due to its Rojana, Deepana and Pachana Chardi Nigrahana property. It improves psychological and physical health due to its Medhya property. It is sweet in taste and cold in potency. In almost every Indian household, you might find this herb chewed whenever someone's voice has gone down. Improves the strength, skin complexion, voice, and it is good for hairs and eyes. Second month. Lady should take milk medicated with drugs having Madhura Rasa, that is sweet taste. Fluid diet is again indicated in the second month also, and liquids which is sweet and cold. Why? Because Madhura drugs are anabolic, thus nutritive in nature, and absence of menstruation. Artava Adarshanam is mentioned in second month. Why? Because in some women, first month they are having implantation bleeding, which may be misunderstood as menstrual bleeding. That is why Acharyas clearly mentions Artava Adarshanam in the second month. The implantation bleeding may be present in first month. That is why Artava Adarshanam is not seen in first month. And the lady will not be having the desire for food. Vomiting will be more frequent as the garbha is firm. The embryo gradually becomes a solid mass, ghana, in the second month, and body parts cannot be differentiated clearly. Some drugs that is used in second month is first one Kakoli, Roseosa purpura, Kagoli is an Ashtavarga plant. Its fleshy tuberous roots are used in treatment of impotency. Its root powder mixed with the sugar and taken with the milk as a tonic in general debility. So it promotes the formation of Mamsadhatu, Brahmaniya property. Anti-diabetic, proved for its action in fever and act as a diuretic with Rasayana effect, that is a immunomodulator. Next one is Shatavari, Asparagus racemosus. Shatavari is used to boost up fertility in both men and women, improves libido and increases the chances of conception. Coming to the role in pregnancy, it provides strength to the uterus. As the uterus is growing along with the baby, it is necessary to provide strength to the uterus in the initial stages itself. That is why Shatavari is prescribed in the second month. It stimulates the breast milk production, improves immunity and strength after delivery. After delivery also it is given. Roots contain zinc, copper, cobalt, manganese and minerals like potassium, calcium, magnesium and selenium. And as there is chardi due to Garbha is firm. In minute chardi, Keraliya Chikiത്സ it is mentioned that Nyaval, that is jamun fruit, Syzygium cumini, its seed is taken along with the coriander, Coriandrum sativum. Next one is laja, that is popped rice or malar. These three ingredients, jamun fruit, coriander and the popped rice, these three ingredients are taken in a powder form and make it in equal quantity. We are taking sugar so as to balance the electrolyte imbalance. This is given in minute chardi conditions. Asya samsravanam, that is increased salivation. We all have suffered the same condition before vomiting. Same is experienced by a pregnant lady in the second month. And if the chardi is little more, it can't be controlled and she is not able to take any food. She is vomiting as if she takes any food. The electrolyte balance is reducing. So one should prevent it from forming hyperemesis gravidarum. So we can give ginger juice, sugarcane juice and lime juice in 1 pala each quantity. Along with that, as a prakshepa churna, a pinch of saffron and a saindava lavana. Along with that, mix sugar and prescribe it for the pregnant lady repeatedly. That is muhur is the dosage. And in hospitalized condition along with IV fluid, some physicians prescribe Dhanvantaram tablet, which is soaked in coriander seed water and inducing into the mouth drop by drop, thus preventing the chardi or vomiting, which is leading to a hyperemesis gravidarum in the later stages if not treated properly. So second month, one should take care of the pregnant lady, and if vomiting is more severe, consult a physician as soon as possible. Garbhini chardi, found in first trimester, that is in the first 3 months, compels the pregnant woman to avoid certain food and thereby reducing one's strength. Eating less in the fear of vomiting often causes sugar level in the blood to drop down, which worsens the condition. Vomiting itself results in weight loss, nutritional deficiency, abnormality in fluid electrolyte level and acid-base balance. As pregnancy advances, many physiological changes happens in GIT, that is in the gastrointestinal tract, due to the influence of hormone progesterone. For example, decreased esophageal motility, lower esophageal sphincter tone as well as gastric tone, contractility and smooth muscle activity. As a result of which there will be regurgitation, that is reverse flow of consumed food, further assisting the vomiting which is already present. If vomiting is more severe and not responding to medicine, it is known as hyperemesis gravidarum, and if it is responding to medicine, we can call it as emesis gravidarum. Water electrolyte metabolism are seriously affected, leading to biochemical and circulatory changes, loss of water and salt in vomitus, that is the vomited material, result in fall in plasma sodium, potassium and chlorides, The urinary chloride may be below normal 5 gram per liter or may be even absent. Hepatic dysfunction result in acidosis and ketosis with rise in blood urea and uric acid, hypoproteinemia, hypovitaminosis and rarely hyperbilirubinemia. Dadima pomegranate with Deepana Pajana Ruchya, Hridya and Dahakna property is indicated in Garbhini Chardi. Third month. In this month, there is formation of limp buds and head. Before flowering, how a bud is formed in a plant, similarly, in the baby, miniature forms of all body parts starts forming along with all the indriyas, that is, sense organs. Milk, honey and ghee is the diet for third month. But remember, honey and ghee should not be taken in the equal quantity. Shashtiga Shali, that is Oryza sativa, the broth prepared with Shashtiga rice and meat is beneficial to increase the weight of the fetus. Shashtiga rice gruel is good for diabetic patients. It is boiled in bala, Sida cordifolia decoction with milk and is used as a replenishing drink. Consumption of Shashtiga rice in boiled milk helps to treat mouth ulcer conditions, and drinking water boiled with Shashtiga rice is beneficial in UTI and act as a diuretic. Overall, in first trimester, that is in first 3 months, liquid diet plus glucose is to be taken to fight with the dehydration. Natural immune boosters such as fructose sugar, which is abundantly found in fruits, is a rich source of energy. It is to be taken in the first trimester, that is in the first, second and third month. Fourth month. Garbha attains Sthiratva, that is, fetus becomes stable and placenta is fully developed. Manifestation of heart and consciousness, that is Chedana, heart liveliness, and all body parts become prominent, and that is why woman feels more heaviness in the body. Butter, Navanidam, in Aksha Pramana is provided in fourth month, that is butter extracted from milk. Shashtiga Shali can be cooked and taken along with the curd in the fourth month, and if the lady is non-vegetarian, one can go with the meat soup. Mamsa Rasa, it provides more nourishment to fetus and suppress vada in the pregnant woman. Fourth month onwards, the muscular tissue of the fetus grows sufficiently, requiring more protein. That is why we are supplying Mamsa Rasa. Krishara, similar to Khichdi, it is the right combination of carbohydrates, proteins and digestive fiber. A wholesome dish found all over India. In Kerala, in the form of Khichdi, and in Gujarat, Khichdi with Kadi. Khichdi is easy to digest and helps to smoothen the intestine. That is why it is prescribed in the fourth month. Fifth month. Mamsa and Shonita, that is muscle tissue and blood tissue grows more predominantly. Development of Manasiga Bhavas of fetus. All the food items mentioned in the fourth month except butter. Here instead of butter, ghee is given in fifth month. Why? Because it is medium and it improves smriti, memory. Ghee have the capacity to cross the blood-brain barrier. That is why many medicines are medicated with ghee and given in Manasika Rogas. So that is why ghee is prescribed in fifth month. And development of vertebral column is seen. Rice cooked in milk, payasa preparation can be given in fifth month. Shashti Godanam is also prescribed. Sixth month. Predominant growth of strength, complexion, intellect, buddhi, hair, nails, bones, ligaments and skin is observed in the sixth month. Lady should take Kshira Sarpi medicated with Madhura Ushadas during 6th month. As the fetus attains more Bala and Varna than in other months, mothers suffer from loss of Bala and Varna. That is why Balya and Varnya herbs are to be indicated in this month. Enlightenment of Buddhi is more. It is mentioned by Acharya Susruta. and ghee or rice gruel medicated with Gokshura, Tribulus terrestris, is to be given. Why? Because most of the women suffer from edema of the feet. Gokshura being a diuretic will prevent water retention and its complication. Second trimester, that is 4th, 5th and 6th month. These 3 months are the period of rapid fetal growth and need for food supplements is more during second trimester. Shofa, which means a swelling like condition. It can be a disease or a symptom of some other disease. This condition mainly arises in persons with the improper or less food intake. If persons are so weak, chances is very high who are more accustomed to alkaline, sour, penetrating, hot and heavy food items, swelling chances are more. Coming to Garbhini, pregnant ladies have irregular dietic practices due to the Garbha Ubadravas like vomiting, tastelessness and nausea. Even a mild unhealthy diet can easily provoke the condition of Shofa. Progesterone, a hormone released during pregnancy, tries to retain the fluids in the body. So a pregnant woman tends to retain much more sodium and water than a non-pregnant woman. When a woman is resting in a supine position, enlarged uterus occasionally compresses the inferior vena cava, causing an obstruction of both femoral veins leading to edema. Swelling of the feet, ankles and hand is most commonly seen. Minor swellings is normal in pregnancy, but if blood pressure increases with the protein in urine, it is an indicator of a condition called preeclampsia. Low levels of vitamin D and low selenium status is a risk factor for preeclampsia. That is why from 16 to 22 weeks, we are supplementing calcium, vitamin E, vitamin C, antioxidants which helps to reduce the risk of preeclampsia. In Ayurveda, many Shodhakna Dravyas we have mentioned in our video such as Gokshura, Tribulus terrestris, which is a diuretic or a Mutrala Dravya, helps to reduce the swelling. Karjura, dates. Bala, Siddha cordifolia. Vamshalojana, Bambusa arundinaceae. Mashabarni, Theramnus labialis. And Shadavari, Asparagus racemosus, helps to reduce the condition of Shofa. 7th month. All major and minor body parts and organs of the fetus are completely developed and are nourished simultaneously. Baby attains overall maturity in the 7th month. That is why woman feels very exhausted. Those drugs that are diuretic, anabolic, relieve emaciation and suppress pitta and kapha can be given in this month. And Thaila can be used for about 2 days in a week for application. Ghee medicated with the herb called Pridak Parni is used in 7th month. And Grida medicated with the Vidari Gandhadi group of drugs are given according to Acharya Susruta. Garbhini Vivarnata, symptom found in most of the pregnant women due to anemia. Physiologically, disproportionate increase of plasma volume leading to reduction of RBC, hemoglobin and hematocrit. HB is reducing to a varying extent as low as 80%. Condition is called physiological anemia. In Ayurveda, the condition is explained under Panduroga with the similar symptoms like Hridaya Spandanam, tiredness, etc. The causes include intake of excess sour, salt and hot and alkali and Viruddha Aharas that we have mentioned in our previous video. Asatmya, that is not favorable to that particular pregnant lady. Ahita Ahara leading to Pitta vitiation and Dadus become devoid of Sara Bhaga or essence. Thus, the essence of all the Dadus, Ojas, is also reducing, losing its natural quality, and Varna becomes Vivarnata. Nutritional anemia is acquired condition with 60% due to iron deficiency and 30% due to protein deficiency, 10% due to folic acid and vitamin B12, macrocystic anemia we say. Symptoms include loss of weight, feeling of exhaustion all the time and indigestion, breathing difficulty, lethargy, giddiness and swelling of legs. Complications like Agala Prasava, that is preterm labor occurs in this condition. 8th month. Unstable ojas is a main feature of 8th month. Ojas is shifting from mother to fetus and from fetus to mother through Rasadhatu channels. Thus, birth of baby in 8th month sometimes leading to complications. Meat soup given to pacify Vata dosha, and basti is also given to pacify Vata dosha. Rice gruel or yavagu prepared with milk and ghee is given in 8th month. Basti with bhala, adipala, palala, shatapushpa, mastu, that is sour buttermilk, madanaphala, honey, etc. is performed. Anuvasana basti medicated anxious enema with oils medicated with milk and decoction of drugs of Madura group is given. For Vadanulomana and Purana Mala Shodhana, that is for clearing the retained feces and helps in downward movement of Vada. First Anuvasana and later Niruha Basti according to Ashtanga Hridaya. This helps to overcome the constipation due to pressure of gravid uterus and due to effect of progesterone. Basti acting on Vata, that is on autonomic nervous system, we can say, by acting on myometrium. Vadanulomana helps in Garbha Nishkramana Kriya. 9th month. Daily Taila can be used for application. Nisnehangi Navaman Masan Prati. Taila application is mentioned in the sloka. Use of Anuvasana Basti with Madura herbs. Meat soup is also given. Rice gruel or yavagu mixed with the fat. Yoni pichu. It is a cotton ball soaked in medicated oil is kept in vagina. It is to destroy the pathogenic bacteria in the vaginal canal and thus helps in preventing the puerperal sepsis, which may be found in some women with the small eruptions. If they are infected during delivery, baby also got infected. So as to prevent infection both in woman and in baby, Acharya has mentioned Yoni Pichu application with the Dhanvantara Thailam or Shashtiga Thailam. You can consult any Vaidya and they will opt you the best Thaila based on your condition. It helps to soften the vaginal canal and perineum and helps in relaxation during labor. Thus, in the 9th month, the baby attains a complete maturity and now ready to survive in the world on its own. I hope now you all are familiar with the topic Garbhini Paricharya and you can advise to someone else if they ask about what is told in Ayurveda about Garbhini Paricharya or pregnancy care. Stay connected with us by subscribing our channel and shows your reviews in the form of likes and comments. Thank you.